So, how long are you gonna be gone for?
5 weeks.
All right, well, have fun at training.
Thanks.
See ya.
Look at the mont there, back up and look at the mont. Look how wide this is.
Not even on, Josh.
Yeah, we gotta stack it like 5 spacers on each end, you know?
So more parts just arrived. We're talking about a turbo from Ryan's Diesel Service. And of course, the very first upgrade that we should have done, which would be a lift pump from AirDog. And we're finally installing some Boost Auto Parts tow mirrors. They're gonna look absolutely amazing. So make sure you guys watch till the very end of the video so you can see how this entire build comes completely together for this soldier. In a sense, even though the truck is his, this is kind of a soldier giveaway build, and I think he's really gonna love it. Speaking about giveaways, if you don't know, I'm giving away my 2008 Chevy Silverado. It's got the LMM Duramax in it, 6-inch lift kit, 22-inch rims, HSP full high flow bundle kit. This truck is done right and I'm really sad to see it go. Just like most of the giveaways that I do, I like to raise money to help out a good cause, and we're going to be giving a portion of the proceeds to the DAV, which is going to help out disabled and wounded veterans. So every $1 spent on the truckmasterdiesel.com website is 1 automatic entry. Good luck, guys. It's impossible for you to win if you don't get entered. I'll leave that link in the description. But again, make sure you guys watch till the very end of this video. I think it's going to be pretty satisfying. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to another episode, another exciting episode on the channel today. In today's video, I'm going to be installing a Ryan's Diesel Service Pro Stock Turbo. Now this application will go from an 04 to a 2010, so your LYs, your LBZs, and your LMMs. So by the time I post this video, Kyle should have the truck by then. And the reason for that is because he watches my channel. I don't want him to know anything what I'm doing with his truck. This truck was completely stock when he dropped it off. I put a rough country lift kit on it. Also a fresh set of Anthem rims. These are called equalizers. They are 20 by 12s. They look absolutely amazing. Another thing that we did to his truck is we threw some rough country wheel flares on there. But in a nutshell, he dropped the truck off for some work. He's gone for military training for 5 weeks. Well, it's been a few weeks now since I've had the truck, and this is where we're at so far. But he has no idea that when he receives the truck, it's gonna look completely different. I'm not done, guys. I probably have about 2 more pallets of stuff coming in from other companies that sponsor this stuff to help out this soldier. He's currently serving active duty, staff sergeant. He's a recruiter. Him and I served together in Afghanistan. We still have a lot more work to do on this truck. Like for example, these hideous mirrors. We're gonna be throwing some Boost Auto Parts mirrors on there. Oh, by the way, I just installed a Kodiak truck transfer case. But on the agenda today, guys, Pro Stock Turbo, no need for tuning. It has a 10-blade turbine. It's gonna sound amazing. As you guys can see right there, it says Ryan's Diesel Service etched into the turbo. And then we have the nice RDS logo on the compressor housing, which by the way, I'm gonna go ahead and powder coat this in the shop right now. And once we install it, we're gonna go ahead and take it on a little test drive. As you guys can tell, this is an emissions intact LMM. It does not have a DEF tank, thank God. But let's go ahead and take it down the road so you can get an in-cab sound. Maybe I'll rev it up a little bit as it stands stock. And then we'll go ahead and install this. We'll do the same exact test just to hear it. And hopefully in the next few videos, we're gonna be putting some performance parts on it. I'm gonna go ahead and tune this thing. It's gonna be a bad girl. Well, let's go ahead and let Ryan explain to you guys exactly what we have here, and then we'll go ahead and get started.
Hey guys, Ryan from Ryan's Diesel Service here. Wanted to talk about our Pro Stock turbos here. This is our most newest turbo that we have out on the market right now. This unit here consists of basically a stock size compressor wheel and stock size turbine. Basically the reason why we developed and came out with this unit was for guys that had, let's say, custom tuning or should I say delete tuning, and they don't have any ways of retuning their truck, you know, whether it be that their tuner's out of business or they just don't simply want to mess with it. This unit here was developed so that it's a 100% drop on, no retunes needed turbo. It's been a really big mover for us and has worked awesome for a lot of guys. These are only manufactured in brand new units is how they come. We do not reman these, but it comes with all new electronics and everything you need. We make these in both the LML and the 04 to 10 trucks. LB7s will be released here by the end of the month. And then we're also going to have them for our Cummins and Power Stroke lineup as well too. So these units work great. They still have the 10-blade turbine in there, so you're gonna get the good whistle. They do have a 6-blade billet compressor wheel in there as well, as you can see etched with our name in there. Unit comes, like I say, fully brand new, ready to rock and roll and drop in your truck.
We're in the cab before the turbo install, and as you can see, you can't really hear the turbo much in here. I'm just curious, when I put the Ryan's Diesel Service turbo in this truck, will it sound a little bit louder? So stay tuned, guys. Once I install it, I'm gonna go ahead and take it on another test drive and see if she whistles, even with a stock exhaust and a DPF and a muffler. I'm really curious. Also, one more thing I wanted to point out, if you're watching this and you're trying to figure out how to install a turbo on a Duramax, I made several videos on that, so definitely check that out. But we're gonna go ahead and just simply get this installed. Right now, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up, powder coat it, and get it back on the turbo. Looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and let this cover cool down. We'll go ahead and get it back on the turbo, and then we'll go ahead and start tearing into the truck. So we have the turbo removed. Gotta say, this is probably one of the worst parts of working on a Duramax is pulling the freaking turbo. It is not fun, especially when the cab's on. Of course, it's gotta give me grief. We did snap a few studs. As you guys can tell, I did not remove the up pipes. You really don't have to, but it does make the job a lot harder. You see, my biggest concern here is if I snap bolts on the manifolds, then I'm pulling manifolds. On to the fun part, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and install this thing. Go ahead and switch out the oil lines and such, put it on the new turbo. We are all finished. We're just putting the resonator box back on. By the way, we will be fixing them up with like a PPE resonator plug or something like that. But for now, we're just gonna go ahead and put this back on. Kind of sad to put it back on, but it is what it is. It covers up that beautiful turbo. I'm gonna go ahead and fire it up right now. Just make sure everything's good. Doing a turbo in an LMM Duramax, if you've never done one before, it is a pain in the butt. I've done this probably about 5 times already, and every single time it is just not fun. I can see why mechanics get paid so much. We're gonna go ahead and rev it up from the back. Hopefully I don't blow anything up. But as you can tell, guys, I have everything installed. I did clean the engine too. It was extremely nasty and dirty. You can barely see the turbo. But let's go ahead and rev it up from the exhaust side and see what it sounds like. So we have the truck warmed up, just checking vane position, boost. Here's our boost. 29. You guys can hear the turbo. It's pretty interesting. I know it's a 10-blade compressor wheel, but with a muffler and a DPF, listen to that, guys. It sounds so good. The acceleration is really smooth. The truck sounds phenomenal. And believe it or not, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but it does seem a little peppier. Maybe because the turbo's brand new. I mean, there's really not much that's been modified to the actual turbo itself, other than it just being a 10-blade. It's pretty impressive that you can hear the turbo over the muffler and the DPF. Most trucks won't do that. Now, just a heads up, I did just find out that we are going to be receiving a very, very high flow exhaust system for this truck. So I'm really pumped to throw that thing on there and hear this thing really whistle. Alright guys, so now that we have the turbo installed, we're going to do some really awesome stuff that I think Kyle is going to love. If you guys watched the Rough Country video when I installed the lift kit, it came with a set of step bars as well as a tonneau cover. So we're going to go ahead and put that on right now. I think it's really going to dress the truck up. So let's go ahead and get this thing on the hoist and get this going. Looks awesome, guys. Check it out. Extremely easy to install. Probably took me about 5 minutes. Okay, guys, so now that we have the truck here on the hoist, we're gonna go ahead and show you the drop steps. These are rocker mounted and they also mount to the cab. Not only that, we're gonna get rid of these awful Weston drop step Nerf bars. They are kind of outdated. I remember a long time ago when I was talking to him when he first purchased this truck, he said he'd love to do like a murdered out theme. So I think going with black steps is really gonna fit the bill, guys. So stay tuned, man. We're gonna go ahead and put these on. Little flat plastic piece that comes with the kit. You're just basically going to slide these little brackets right in these little slots and just put that retaining clip right there. That way it doesn't fall, it'll slide around. That way you can get your fitment correct. I have it on all 3 spots. Once you guys get the brackets on, just line it up and then just bolt it right into the inner rocker panel. But I'm going to leave these nice and loose for now, so once I actually get the steps on there, I can line everything up perfectly and tighten it all down. It does look a little silly because I don't have the wheel flares on there in the fronts anyways, because we're going to be doing some engine performance stuff to it here very soon, so make sure you stay tuned. But check out these steps. They look amazing. They really do. They clean up the ride so much better than those ugly old chrome ones. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm really pumped about this. This truck's looking so much better. Definitely ties the build in. It looks so good, man. I'm pumped about this. I think he will too. Now, I've been neglecting this for a while. This should have been our very first upgrade, but I did contact the guys at AirDog. If you guys don't know, this is probably one of the first upgrades that you should do to any diesel truck because it separates the water, the dirt, and the air from the diesel fuel. And the cool thing about going with a 165 GPH is that we can actually build the truck off of the lift pump. It's not going to limit our fuel. And then on to our next upgrade, guys. Stay tuned. Make sure you guys watch till the very end because I did contact Boost Auto Parts. You guys already know my style. By the way, if you're interested in a lift pump, definitely check out my website, truckmasterdiesel.com. The cool thing is that if you purchase something on my website, you're automatically entered in to win the LMM Duramax that we're giving away on the channel as well. We have the ugly Mickey Mouse mirrors. We're gonna go ahead and switch that out again with some Boost Auto Parts tow mirrors. These are considered the switchbacks, so basically when the truck is running, these right here will illuminate a white light, a white strip LED. If I turn my blinkers on, this will switch to a amber color and it'll blink. It's gonna be really nice. Only that, we have the iconic high output reverse lights. These are extremely bright. It's almost like a flashlight. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get this stuff installed. Stay tuned till the very end. This is gonna be pretty exciting. I'm gonna pull it out of the garage and show you guys what everything looks like. Let's do this. Hey guys, check it out. I have the wiring ran from the cab all the way up to the lift pump. We have all the hoses ran. Looks good, it's out of the elements. It's not outside of the frame. It's gonna keep it clean and it's gonna be very easy to service. Some of you guys questioning, when do you actually service the fuel filter and the water separator? You wanna do it about once a year or every 15,000 miles. And then also one more thing I wanted to mention. I did a fuel filter delete video on my other YouTube channel. If you wanna check that out, it's Truckmaster Garage. But what I did is I removed the fuel filter, not on this one, but the fuel filter housing on the Duramax, because we no longer need that, because now we have 2 fuel filters. We don't need 3 of them, you know what I mean? It's just less maintenance. Here's the pump bracket right there, tucked away nice and neatly. She fires right up. I'm gonna let it run for a little bit, just get all the air out of the lines, and we'll go ahead and start ripping these mirrors off. Alright guys, so I have the cover back on. All the wires are tucked in nice and clean. We're good to go. I can't wait to show you guys this. Best part, it's dark outside. So we're gonna go ahead and back the truck up, turn all the lights on, and show you guys exactly what this looks like. It's gonna look amazing. Told ya, it looks good, doesn't it? All right, so we have the white LED strips like we talked about on both sides. They just clean everything up. All right, so if the blinkers are on, or 4-ways or whatever, this feature is called sequential lighting, and you'd have to custom order this. It just looks sweet. Go ahead and pull it outside since it's dark out. I'll show you guys how bright these backup lights are. Not joking, if you saw this in person, you'd be like, wow. I know it's kind of foggy, guys, bear with me. But if you could see that big, nice, bright illumination right on the side of the truck. Let's go on the other side. See what I'm talking about. Really just brightens everything up. It's a big spotlight. It looks really cool. That's what the switchbacks look like at night.